I love helping to change people's lives by helping them to address something that's plaguing lots of people living in the United States, which is their weight. And people have a hard time losing weight for various reasons. A lot of it is emotional, mental, underlying medical conditions like hormone imbalances. But Ozempic is the hot topic. So I'm using Ozempic as a catch-all term, kind of like how we call everything a Kleenex. Kleenex is actually a brand. There's lots of different types of tissues, okay? We tend to call everything that's GLP-1 related Ozempic, but really it's semaglutide. That's the active ingredient for tirzepatide. There's actually lots. There's duoglutide, liraglutide, I could go on, but we're gonna talk about semaglutide. Because that's what got this fire started, right? This is where the celebrities came out talking about Ozempic and weight loss. So there are these 5 things that irk me when we talk about Ozempic, which I'm just gonna say semaglutide for weight loss. The first one being that this is an exclusive diabetes medication, and people who are taking it for any other reason than diabetes are doing something wrong. The fact of the matter is that the FDA did go back and do a secondary test, did secondary testing on this medication and approved it for exclusively weight loss. So just as much as it can be used exclusively for the treatment of type 2 diabetes, it can also be used exclusively for the treatment of being overweight or obese. The next thing is this gaslighting of people who are trying to be proactive about their health. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're taking medication away from a diabetic who really needs it. Well, the fact of the matter is we all need to be really healthy. And diabetics are not without medication. As a matter of fact, there are over 9 different categories with over 150 diabetic medications. Ozempic and Mounjaro are only 2 of them. So we should be applauding people who are seeing that the scale's not going down how they want it to, and they know the risk factors that come with being obese, such as increased risk of high blood pressure, of developing diabetes, developing cancer, heart attack, stroke, I could go on. These people are wanting to get their hands on medication to prevent the burden of illness on their bodies, and so they should be applauded for that, not made to feel bad or gaslighted for taking this medication that, yes, was originally created for diabetes, but now is perfectly approved and acceptable for weight loss as well. Taking these medications for weight loss is not cheating. We have people, we actually do have people who think it's going to be a miracle drug and that they cannot change anything about their lifestyle. They can continue to eat the same, move the same or lack thereof, and that they can just take this magic shot and all their problems are going to go away. That couldn't be further from the truth. And although you do hear some of those stories from here or there, the people who are going to benefit the most of this are people who have already been changing their diet, eating a reasonable amount of calories, exercising, and the weight is still not coming off. So at this point, we love using these medications because usually it's an underlying insulin resistance, and that is the reason why, despite doing everything right, everything still feels wrong. The weight is not coming off. And so this is not a cheat. This is treating a legitimate underlying medical condition that most people have and don't even know it. GLP-1s, Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, Zepbound, they're not just appetite suppressants. That's what phentermine is, or Topamax, or Qsymia, or some of these other weight loss meds that we have. But GLP-1s, they're special. They do more than just suppressing the appetite. They also help with emotional eating. So they curb cravings. So sometimes it's not that you're still hungry, but that you're emotional or that you're craving something sugary, something fatty. And the GLP-1s help to curb those cravings. They shut up the food noise, as I call it. And lastly, if I have not belabored this point enough, it helps to reduce insulin resistance. And that's really where this medication shines. The trifecta is what I call it. Decreases appetite, decreases cravings, and decreases your insulin resistance. And lastly, the thing that irks me about Ozempic for weight loss, I hope you understand that when I'm doing that, it means semaglutide, right? Not necessarily name brand Ozempic, is that providers will prescribe this and not forewarn their patients that along with losing your fat, you may also lose some muscle. And so there are other things that we can give to prevent that muscle wasting or that muscle being eaten away. And that is usually through things that can help grow muscle, such as a peptide by the name of Samoralin. So now that you know the 5 things that irk me about Ozempic for weight loss, right? These misconceptions, I hope that I've alleviated some of them for you. And if you're now interested in starting your own weight loss journey with semaglutide, please click the link below.